guys, I wanted to show you, I don't know if you guys like this recipe, but it is on the Trim Healthy Mama Cookbook, the second one, not the big one, but the second one, and it is just like Campbell's tomato soup. It is on page 112 of the cookbook. I don't know about you, but for those of you with a large family, and you just want to do a grilled cheese and tomato soup night, which is what we're doing tonight, that's a single serve. And so I wanted to quickly show you how I make it family serve, because they don't have a little, like, sometimes some of the recipes, they'll have family serve and then they'll have like the frappy or the baby frappy, you know, the family serve and then the single serve. Well, this one doesn't. So what I do, because I'm a drive-through stew and it's quick, basically I just throw the ingredients in, make it your own. Tomato sauce, I use the big cans, and I actually use 2 of them because I've got a lot of mouths to feed, and now I've got another mouth inside to feed me. So yep, there is a hall inside the hall. So so simple as that. I dump the 2 tomato sauces in already, and then what I do is, this is the chicken stock I like. It's pretty clean. I don't really have time to make bone broth and stuff like that. So yeah, I like it's not chicken broth, but cooking stock. And I always get unsalted because then I can control how much salt is in my stuff. So like butter and everything, unsalted, it's easier. Anyway, so what I do is I pour the tomato sauce in there, and then because there's still stuff on the outside, I just pour this, you know, because basically it's cup for cup. So pour it in here and dump it in. And I already did the other one, so there you go. There's your sauce, there's your water, and you don't even need to get any measuring devices dirty, because you're just going to recycle these or toss, whatever you guys choose to do. So then simple is you grab, let's see what the directions say, pepper. Okay, so there's only a few directions or a few ingredients, which is why I like it. It's super simple, and the kids eat it up. I love that they get their veggies, and they love it. So I'm gonna move this here so you can see my pot. It's not hot. Anyway, so we've got pepper. I just kind of grind it up in here, and since it's such a big pot, I don't use it. I used to not use it as much, but now I'm kind of starting to like it. So I gotta just be careful, because I used to only use it in eggs, pepper, but now I'm kind of starting to get into using it for other things. So I am having to just kind of learn how to use it, I guess you could say. So then pepper, and then you've got, I'm always having to look at that. No salt. We have, now it says 1/4 teaspoon of, okay, so the super sweet, since I pretty much quadrupled the recipe, instead of I'm gonna just use, so I'm quadrupling the recipe. So get out your book and quadruple it. And obviously if you have a bigger family than mine, I've got 5 children, and then a really, really hungry husband. He has got those super high serene metabolisms, so he could eat pretty much this whole thing and then 3 sandwiches and still lose weight, like Daniel does. He basically does crossovers all the time. So lucky him. So I got super sweet. So I'm gonna quadruple the super sweet, because I kind of, based on how many cans I used, I'm quadrupling it. So quadrupling the super sweet. And if you don't really like stuff, I mean, you really can't taste the sweetener, like quadruple, you know, but if you don't really want to use it, you don't have to, but it kind of makes the recipe. So I just put it in here because I have such a big bag of super sweet. then I've got the nutritional yeast. Look at that. This is the Whole Foods nutritional yeast. I think I did the same thing with something else. Oh, my collagen. And I showed you I just kept the old bottle. Well, this is a great container for nutritional yeast. And I just taped the True Healthy Mama container on it so you can see it's from Whole Foods. So I just taped the container on it when True Healthy Mama came out with the brand. And then you're going to quadruple that as well. So I'll be doing that. So anyway, that way, so you're just going to pop it all in. And you can kind of eyeball it. I almost forgot how much I put in there. So there it is. Super easy. It's a dumper, and I love dumper recipes. And then the last one is, oh, we do need salt. I didn't think we needed salt. I didn't see it. I overlooked it. So this is the True Healthy Mama brand salt. However, I really like this container. I know I'm from the Midwest. We reuse everything. So I just reuse it. It's not even need to be ground, but there. So I just like the container. So there's all, that's it. And one of the ingredients, if you are dairy free, skip it. It actually, half the time I forget, and it tastes delicious without. If you're wanting to make this, I think you can make it a fuel pull by just skipping the dairy, by skipping the cream. I think so. But that's it. Well, what is it? Is it an S? Yeah, it's an S. You probably could skip the cream if you want to. If you don't want the heaviness of it, go for it. What I do now, I'm expecting now, so I'm gonna do a little bit. But what I did before, I would make it, because this goes in last after you've cooked it for a while. So I'm gonna stick it in here. I'm going to, I never use utensils for wet ingredients just because I have to wash them. So if I have to, I have to. But I try not to if I don't have to. So now what you're gonna do is you just mix it in and then turn it on so that it's kind of simmering and warming up. Pretty much you're just heating it up. And there you go. That's it. That's super quick soup. Sometimes I put a lid on it just to, help it heat up a little bit faster. But you just kind of incorporate the nutritional yeast because that's, there we go. And then just put the lid on and there you go. And so if you you just add the cream at the end. If you want to skip it and make it a lighter meal, then you can. If you're doing a fuel cycle, I think you can do that. I don't know. Check I haven't done a fuel cycle in a while. But there's a way, and this is a big pot. This is probably like half a gallon pot. Yeah, it's probably about half a gallon pot. So this will feed my family of me, my husband, and my children, 10 down to almost 2. So 5 children. So, and they come for seconds. So sometimes, depending on their mood, we will run out. Sometimes we'll have a lot left. So you know how that goes with lots of little kids. Sometimes they'll eat it all. Sometimes they take a bite and they're full. So anyway, this is what we do. And then, of course, the kids have their whole wheat bread, cheese, butter. We're doing grilled cheese. So it's a lovely crossover for them. It is going to be, for me, it'll just be an E because I'm going to have mine without the cream, but it'll be a light crossover. I don't know. It'll be a little bit lighter of a crossover because I'm just doing a little bit of butter on my toast that I have, and then the cheese that I have is, I don't really have Laughing Cow cheese. I think that's the fuel pull, but it'll just be a super lighter, less calorically dense meal, since I'm only 4 weeks right now, so it's super early. I don't need to worry about eat all the crossovers, and of course I'm going to eat as I get hungry, but I will be, you know, if I'm not hungry, I'm not gonna overdo it when I don't need to. So, yeah, anyway, there we go. It's super easy, just like Campbell soup. 112 in the Travel with Mama cookbook. Make it for your family. Look at that, it's done. I mean, it took me like 5 minutes. I was talking most of this time. So, yeah, it's done. You know, now you can go and wrangle up your kids or start. What I do is I start working on the grilled cheese while it's cooking. So, anyway, enjoy.